Hello everyone, I'm Zantor, and this is just a tutorial on how I chart songs for Clone Hero. I'm going to be charting a Destiny Potato song today by the name of Lost Dream. So I'm just going to kind of take you through the whole process and how I just chart things. If you're a new charter, it's tough. It is not easy to chart things. You just need to have a basic understanding of how the programs work and also how music works. So I'll just get right into it, shall we? So first of all, you've got your MP3 that you've gathered somehow. I'm not going to explain how you get MP3s, but you need your MP3 file of the song, first of all. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to make the chart. Next up, I recommend making a folder on your desktop with the name of the song. So Destiny Potato Lost Dream is the name of the song. Lost Dream by Destiny Potato. Put the band name first, song name second. Okay, and this is going to be our kind of like final folder. What we'll be actually putting into Clone Hero later. But first of all, we want to get our song itself. So the MP3. It's 4.9 meg, 5 minutes 27 in length. Let's click and drag it into Audacity first. Now, Audacity is this little program right here. What this will allow us to do is kind of manipulate when the song will begin in the actual chart itself. So I mean, it will be a lot easier to, and a term I'm going to use here, tempo map, in a little bit. So yeah, here we go. So you just click and drag the song in, just simple click and drag in, and it will just open the song up. You can see this is what it looks like. You want to use Control and scroll wheel to zoom in a little bit. Go to the very end, check how that is. So it ends quite abruptly there, but what I can do is I can actually highlight all of this using my mouse, obviously. Go into Effect and also Fade Out. That'll make it a little bit of a smoother transition. Let's listen to this again. There you go, much better of an ending, rather than just cutting off. Also, if there's like about 2 minutes of silence at the end, because I know that some songs do, if you get them off of YouTube or something, yeah, just get rid of that. Make sure it's a very abrupt ending, like abrupt but not so it's just like, oh, the song just ended, oh, not so it's just kind of like a shock. So it's just got a nice solid ending where there's enough time so that the song actually goes quiet, but so that it doesn't go on for minutes and minutes. You want a maximum of like 5 seconds or something at the very end, a maximum. Because this is what Clone Hero actually reads. It will read the song rather than the notes. So when the notes stop, if there's another 2 minutes of song after this, it will keep on with like nothing. It will just have silence for about 2 minutes, and you'll have to wait till the end of the chart. So it's really annoying having to wait. And you've probably seen a few charts that do that itself, and it's quite annoying. So that's how to avoid that problem. Next of all, we want to go to the very beginning of the song. Now, this is an important thing as well, because we need to manipulate when the song will begin, or when the first note will begin. Keep in mind that it says first note, because how you want to do it is... So let's listen to this, right? Let's just take a little listen. So this weird little bit of electric stuff is part of the last song, because it's not a very well made video. So we can just get rid of that bit. We don't need that bit. And what we also want to do is make sure that the first note of the song, so this note right here, that first note there starts at exactly 2 seconds. Okay, exactly 2. Now, if it's quite a long intro, you want to make sure that it will start at like every 2 seconds. So either 2, a 4, a 6, or an 8, or whatever. But the easiest way of doing it is having it so it starts at a multiple of 2. You'll see why in a little bit. But for this song, it's nice and easy. There's the first thing we hear in this song is the first guitar note. So it's just that some songs will have a weird little bit of an electronic intro or something like that just to get into it. And then you'll start having the notes. But what I just did there is you want to delete the first chunk of the song, so I was going a little bit quick there. You want to select as much as you can before the first note, zoom in as much as you can, and select it up to the very split second of when there is a note right there. Delete that bit. So the second you press space, it's the first note. Okay. Then you want to go back to the beginning, skip to start, and then generate silence. And you want to generate 2 seconds of silence. That's just to get it so the song will start at the 2 second mark right there. Nice and easy. So it's 2 seconds of silence, and then the song will start on the second. Like that. And that's how you set up a chart ready, or how you set up the MP3 of the song for Clone Hero. Nice and easy. Next thing you want to do is actually export it. So if we've just got like this, it will not save it to this MP3. We'll have to make a new copy of the song. So you do that by going into File, Export Audio, and then you'll get this little window here. And for me, luckily, it's already in the folder. But if it isn't, locate the folder that you made. So I made this folder, Destiny Potato Lost Dream. Locate the folder and call it song.ogg or song.whatever. Song. Just call it song. You can save it in MP3 if you've got the right codec to export in MP3. But .ogg, everyone should have ogg. Everyone should have OGG. I use ogg myself. But if you have MP3, by all means you can use it, it'll work as well. I only really recommend MP3 or ogg myself. Don't bother with any of these other ones, you don't need them. But yeah, ogg or MP3. I use ogg myself. It's just, I don't know, easier for me. Make sure it's decent quality as well. Yeah, just make sure it's good quality. Then you've got this edit metadata here. Usually I just click clear and then OK. The clear doesn't do anything, it just means that all the little bits of information attached to the song doesn't get carried over with it. And there we go, it's exported. So now we can close that down, click no, boom, sorted, easy. And as you can see, we'll have our song.ogg in the folder. That's why we have the folder, so you know where to find it. Now we can actually delete our old MP3 of that, which is a totally legitimate version, obviously. We'll go into Moonscraper now. Now Moonscraper is the charting program. If I remember, I'll put a link in the description or something. And this is what it looks like. This is what the program looks like. So all it is a little highway. It will look a little bit different when you get it. And this is where the real juicy stuff starts. So first of all, what I do when I start a song or a chart, I go into Song Properties, and then you want to put all of the information here. So the song is called Lost Dream by Destiny Potato. Chart is Zantor, that's me. Album, Loon, that's the album that it's from, which came out in the year, let's see, 2014. I've got it. I've got all the information open on my second screen right here. And yeah, you just Google it. Google the album that it's from, or Google the song, and it'll tell you where it's from and everything about it. Alright, so here we go. Difficulty now, this for me doesn't do anything, so you've got to go into the file manually afterwards and edit it, but that's fine. I'm just going to put this as 3, because I know roughly how difficult it's going to be. Genre, this song in particular is gent, a genre of heavy metal from the future. So let's see. So what we want to do is we want to now, I kind of went through that really quickly, song audio. You want to click load, and then you want to locate the song.ogg that you created. So that's, for me, it's right here. The one that we just made in Audacity. Load that in. And what that'll do is I'll actually put the song on here, on this little sheet. So if you have a look here, the song will start 2 seconds in. And it does. Perfectly 2 seconds in. And you know it will start 2 seconds in if we go up to here to say waveform, none. Make sure it goes onto song. Look at this. It'll start exactly on this big thick line. It'll start exactly on the thick line. And that's what you want to do. You want to try and make it start on the thick line. And as I said, if it's got a bit of a weird intro, make sure that the first note will hit on the 4 or any multiple of 2. Because that's how it works. That's how this song works, basically. So we've got 2 seconds of silence, which will give the player who's playing the song enough time to mess around and get ready to play. And then, of course, they'll be able to hit the first note here. Easy as that. Alright, next up, what I like to do is I like to try and work out the BPM of the song. But before we get into that, I kind of want to show you a little bit of just the basics on how to use the program. I'll run through it fairly quickly so people actually know how to chart a little bit. We'll be able to skip ahead a little bit. So up here in Tools, we've got Keys mode. So that's if you know how to use the keyboard to chart entirely, that's great. You've got the metronome, which I always recommend having turned on. So press M on your keyboard to turn the metronome on. That'll just mean you hear a clicking over the back of the timing of the song. You've got extended sustains, which I leave on. Settings, so you've got all these weird settings here. I usually have a sustain gap of 32. I recommend 32. You can have reset position, so that means when you press space to play the song, it'll kind of reset the position you were up to before, but I don't like that. All of this should be fine. You can change the volume to whatever suits you best. That's about it for settings. Calibration, I just leave calibration, you don't need it. Let's see, been through that. Difficulty, so if you're charting for all the difficulties, which I don't, I only chart for expert, you can change difficulty here, so expert, hard, medium and easy. Instrument, you can choose all of your instruments here, so you've got the guitar, hero live stuff, you've got like the drum stuff, the bass, that sort of thing, all of that, and you can change them just by going on here. Then we've got file. This is the basic thing, you know, new, load, save as, export, that sort of thing. Next up we have this little box on the left hand side. So the top thing will say notes, that's how many notes you've currently placed. So if I put 3 down here, it'll say 3, easy as that. Step, this is like the frequency of how often you can place notes. So for example, if we do 1, that means we'll only be able to place them on this line here, and then the next big line. So this is 1 measure, but no one ever charts in 1, as far as I'm aware. Most people chart in 16. So 16 will mean you can place it on every line and in the middle of the line, or in the middle of every line, like that. I usually chart on 32 or 24 because there are some songs that will require 24 and you'll think, oh, that's a bit odd. It's just a bit strange. It's like groupings of 3 notes is what it is, basically. It's really strange. You will encounter it at some point. But I usually leave it on 32. It just looks a little bit nicer for me. But try and stay in 16 if you can. If you're doing sustains, you will need to go in 32 just to get the sustains like perfectly right. I'll talk a little bit about that in the future. But yeah, that's the step. It will basically say how often you can place notes. A bad charter would do this, and they would basically like this, like that, and that, and that. Yeah, look at that. With like a bajillion notes there. That's what a bad charter would do, and they wouldn't tempo map at all, like I did with the 2 seconds. They wouldn't do that. So don't be one of those people and do that. That's really dumb. You've got clap here. Now clap, what will happen is whenever you have a note that's being placed, like this, it'll actually make a sound when a note is being hit. So listen to this. So you hear that little strum bar sound? That's when you would strum in the game. So you want to make sure that when you're charting, the strum bar sound syncs up perfectly with the note that's being played on the song as in when you hear it. So for example, this starts at exactly 2 seconds, which means because the first note starts at 2 seconds, the first note has to be here and it has to be perfectly in sync. So it is. That just makes it a lot easier, and that's why I told you to add 2 seconds on. It makes it perfect to start with. So next up is hyperspeed. So this just shows how fast the notes will come towards you. It's better to be on a high hyperspeed because it makes it easier to see and be more precise. You've got speed of the song, so you can speed it up to like twice the speed. You can also go slower as well if you need to. If you're trying really fast solo and shred stuff, go down to about 0.6. It'll help you out quite a bit. And then also highway length, so you can shorten it or make it longer. I prefer it to be long though, because you can see more. Down here you got tools, so you've got the select tool. This will allow you to select things like by clicking and dragging. You can do copy and paste, so let's say you've got notes like this, and then you go into select tool, you can select them all, copy, paste, you can do cut and paste, you can select them all, delete them, you can do this, so you can select them all and move groups of them at a time, you can move them up or down as well. It's very nice, very nicely done. And that leads us into our second tool, which is the actual note placer tool, which is this one, which the shortcut is Y on your keyboard. So that just allows you to place notes. In terms of placing notes as well, there's an unknown thing about this. Press the 6 button and you can get access to your beautiful open notes. Everyone loves open notes. Everyone loves them. So yeah, press 6 for open notes and then press any other number to go back to the other ones. And you can actually press 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 to you know, go to the other frets and all that. But you don't need that really, just press 1. You've got this one right here, which is the eraser, so you can just click and hold and get rid of notes. Now you've got star power, which will place a little star on the left hand side, and all you do to add star power is you click and hold right click to drag out the note, and you want to make that go on for 2 measures usually. So 2 measures. So this is 1 measure where you can see this thick line appear again. So 1 measure is this. That's 1 measure. So you want to make it go on for 2 measures at a time, every 16 bars or so. That's the way I've been told. So for every 16 bars you want to place 2, every 16 measures you want to place 2 measures of star power. That's kind of like the basic rule. Unless of course there's no notes, then don't do that. Just put it at the next possible time. Next thing you want to do is look at these two. Now these are where things get a bit scary, because you've got BPM, which is beats per minute, and time signatures. I'm not really going to explain too much about them, but BPM is how many beats are in 1 minute in a song. So if it goes, it's going to have a heck of a lot of beats per minute. It's going to be really high. But if it's only duh, 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 it's going to be fairly slow. That's how many beats are in a minute, and it's easy to generate and easy to find out in this because of a tool that we'll be using. Next up is time signatures. Time signatures are weird. How they work in Moonscraper is they'll just allow you to manipulate where the end of the bar will be, or where the end of the measure will be. So the most common is 4/4, which means the song will go 1, 2, 3, 4 in terms of beats, and that's how most songs go. But you'll occasionally want to get songs like House of the Rising Sun, which would be 6. So it'll go dun 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 dun, and actually that was 3. So 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Same with like 5. So 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. You got Money by Pink Floyd, which is 7/4. Ding 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 ding, that sort of thing. And as well, you can go into 8s as well, which what that'll do is that'll allow you to be more accurate with this. So, for example, normally, if we were in 4/4 and we wanted to have the bar end here instead of here, we would have to, instead of going to 3/4 to make it shorter, like there, if you want to get in the middle of these two, you see the big thick bar? If we want to get in the middle, we'd have to go into the 8s and change that to 7/8. That's how it works basically. Nice and easy, and the measure will shorten the more you put these up as well. So for example, you can see that the first big bar is there, but if we put it up to 16, it'll be shortened to half and go there. That's basically how they work. But you don't want to mess around with these too much, because in most songs they're not really necessary. Unless you're charting like Dream Theater or Meshuggah, or Protest the Hero, and other sorts of progressive bands, and just weird stuff like Frank Zappa. If you're charting stuff like that, good luck. You'll have a tough time, because it's a little bit tough. I'll show you an example right here, which is going to be look very daunting. It's the song "I" by Meshuggah. Here we go. I'm just finding the tabs for it right now. So this is the time signature for "I" by Meshuggah. It's at 200 BPM, and it starts in 7/8, then goes to 3/8, 7/8, 5/8, 7/8, 5/8, 2/8, 3/8, 7/8, and these are the time signatures in this song. So yeah, it changes quite a bit. Changes quite a bit. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend trying to chart "I" by Meshuggah. It has been charted, but it's not the best chart. So yeah, that's basically time signatures. Next up, we've got these 4 green bars, which is section. So what you do is you click on section, and all you need to do with this is just click on a certain section, and it'll say default. Now, with this, you can just change the name. So this is going to be the intro of the song. This is what will appear at the end. So if you see like solo A, solo B, solo C, that's what will appear in Clone Hero at the end of the song. It will just say section A, section B, section C, that sort of thing. Nice and easy. Next up, what you want to do is you've got the solo or the event measure right here, which will allow you to do things like this. Add solos, solo sections, so solo start, solo end, and that's basically it. If you want to add lyrics, I believe it's something to do with these, and you need to add a lyric section, and it's very weird and complicated. I don't know how to do it, so help. But yeah, that's the basics. Anyway, let's actually get to charting now. So first off, we want to work out the BPM. So BPM calculator, got that right here. So let's try and work this out, shall we? I'm going to listen to a bit of the song, work out the BPM. So how it works is with the BPM calculator, you start the song, you click in that box, and then you tap the spacebar along to the song as accurately as you can, and you'll then be able to work out the BPM. So I'm guessing this is going to be slightly slower than 120, which is what the game will start, well, what the program will start you out at. 120 at 4/4. That's the standard. So let's try and work this out. Let's see what we can do. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, no. It's best to turn metronome off for this bit because it can really throw you off. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this looks to be about 103 BPM, which is a weird one. You don't usually get 103 very often. Usually it'll be 120 or 130, 140. They're usually on the point, but sometimes you can get these weird ones like 103. So if you turn metronome back on after we've set that BPM to 103, let's listen to this. So yeah, this is perfectly in sync because as you can see, this next section of the song starts exactly on this white line, and that's how you know it's perfectly in sync. If all of these sections coming up in the future are like perfectly line up, so you've got this bit where it goes a little bit quiet here and then just bam, hits you again with that loud bit. It'll stay in sync for most of the song unless it's some progressive metal or something weird and it changes halfway through. So let's say the start of the song isn't in sync as well. This is another common problem most people have. So let's say this first note isn't in sync, and the first note starts about here, and you made a mistake. What do? Well, what you can do is you place the BPM here, so what you would normally do. So 103 is what the song actually is. But what you can do, and what a lot of people don't know you can do, you can put multiple BPM markers all over the place. And all these do is lengthen and shorten certain sections. So say it starts a little late. All you need to do is lower this BPM, and as you can see, the start of the song will get pushed backwards. Like that. It gets pushed backwards the lower you make BPM. So it really doesn't matter if you make a mistake. And of course, let's say it starts sooner, you can put one here and change it to like 150, and then as you can see that this will start sooner rather than later. But if you tempo mapped it properly, you shouldn't have to do that really. But yeah, there are certain cases where you will have to do that as well. Anyway, let's go. So let's start placing our first notes. Here we go. So let's place a blue here. So the basics of charting really. High notes go to the right hand side, low notes go to the left hand side. Just try and make it as nice as possible. So this note starts here. Dun dun dun. Like that. Nice and easy. Ba-dum-bum. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of run down what I've done here. So you may have seen me do this, like just shorten it a little bit before the next note. So what's the problem with doing this? This problem right here. Because they kind of line up with each other, people who've got an option, which is like mute track on miss. It's called in Clone here, mute track on miss. For the people who've been dumb and actually have that turned on, they will have silent sections for them. The song won't be muted at these sections when they're changing from the blue note to the red note. So the best thing to do is shorten these a little bit just before the next note begins. So like a 30-second away is what you want to do it, and it should fix their problem. And also it just looks nicer as well, in my opinion, rather than having it look all stiff and jagged like this. This doesn't look very appealing. It looks a lot nicer doing this. Ba-dum-bum. So you see, look, I made a mistake here. Look, I put the second note too late. You can hear it. Ba-dum. Where instead it should go in between. So like that. Ba-dum-bum. Alright, so this is the basics of it done. Now what I've noticed is I placed some notes wrong at the beginning. We're going to put these here because if you look a little bit later, these notes should like go here compared to what these notes should be. So it's better to put these here so it makes sense to the chart, is how I see it. Just got to be very careful on where you place notes so that they kind of relate to everywhere else on the chart, which is kind of a difficult part as well. So let's see. Let's play this through again. I'm going to put this here like that, I think. Actually, no, we're going to have that like that. I'm going to have that like that. Just like this. There you go. Because this bit's lower than the other bits. Now this bit's weird because there's many ways or many things you can do here. Now I'm the sort of child who does weird things like this to add effect to the notes. So as you can see here, it goes dun 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 dun, because of these little bits here. So this is what I do for this, to add effect. So how you do tap notes, by the way, is you When you're about to press a note, press T on your keyboard, and it will turn it into a tap note. Or you can just click the little tap one there. So now we're going to go back to strums. Now, I want this to be a strum note, but it isn't a strum note. It's classed as a hammer-on. I don't want that to be a hammer-on. So what do? What you do is you click on the note and press F to pay respects. No, to press forced, or you can check it here. So what that means is you have to strum it. One charter that does this a lot is Chezzy. He has a lot of strum notes in his songs, which can sometimes be good, but if you're doing solos and stuff, you do not want to do stuff like this. That is a nightmare. That'd be a nightmare, so do not do that. If you're doing that, please make it hammer-ons. It's a lot easier. So now this first note right here goes up. So it's like duh. So what I like to do is add another note here. But this one will be a hammer-on note. So it's kind of like going up. So duh. Without having to actually strum that second note. Now we have open notes right here. So we're going to force an open note there. So we're going to go like this. So this note also goes up. So what I could do is I could go like this as well. But I'm not going to. I'm going to make this a little bit easier. I'm going to make that strum as well. Ba-dum, ba-bum, ba-dum, but. Ba-dum, ba-dum. So now we're just going to go through and just start charting it really. We're just going to keep going. So yeah, if you have any questions about how I'm charting this, by the way, just leave them in the description. I'll leave them in the description. No, leave them in the comments, and I'll help you out. All right. So I'm gonna do this now. So I'm gonna make all of these strums because these sound like strums. Listen to this. They're clearly strums. So I'm gonna do a lot of strum notes here. So another thing you can do right here, and this is kind of like a more advanced feature. It's like charting 201 rather than charting 101. In a situation like this where the song just goes really quiet for a second, in between a note like this, what you can do is to stop people from holding the note down. You can actually put in a forced open note like that. And that'll kind of like means that they have to pull their hand off of the guitar controller while they're doing that. So it adds a bit more realism to it. It makes it a lot like more real and better to play. And I think I'm going to do that actually. It just makes it a lot, I don't know, more natural to play, in my opinion. Even though there isn't a note there, it's kind of like a silent letter when you say knife. There is no K, but that's what this is. This is the K in knife, this forced open note. That's how I'd describe it. So now this is a situation that you can come across as well. So you're like, yeah, I'm doing this. Oh, I've run out of room. I can't place a note to the right. So what you have to do is select it, move it 1 fret lower, and work on it that way. Now that also goes up. So what I could do, in fact, I could do this. Oh wait, I recognise this bit. This is the same riff copied and pasted over again. Huh, I wonder what I can do. What can I do? Oh look, here's where that riff goes again. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do some cheeky tactics here. Look at this. I'm going to go to the very beginning, select it, hold down Alt. Now remember, the Alt trick will only work if you've got a section altogether. So I'm going to add another section called Heavy Riff A, just for convenience sake. So I'm going to hold down Shift. Actually no, I'm going to hold down the mouse button and then Alt, and I'm just going to scroll up a couple times. And look, that'll go to the very end of the chart. Now you're probably thinking, well, that's not any good if it goes to the end. But what that allows you to do is select everything you've put in the future, like that. Allows you to select everything you've put in front of that one note. So all I need to do now, copy, Control and C. Just Control and C. Easy as that. And we're going to paste it here and see if it works. Yeah, see? Works perfectly. Easy. And I think I'm actually going to make that a strum note. I think I'm actually going to make that a strum. Yeah, I'm going to make that a strum. Alright, cool. So that's what we got so far. And I'm going to add another section name here, which, keep in mind, this is where that section ends. Right here, that big thick bar. That means we've charted this right. That means we've got the tempo mapping perfectly. All the notes are still in sync. If you copy and paste and the notes are not in sync, or the notes go out of sync the further you get into the chart, that means you need to make some micro adjustments to the BPM. So say, like, at this point the notes were starting to get out of sync. Like, it shows up here on the chart and your note's actually here. So that means you've got your BPM slightly too fast. And what you can actually do is do this. You can add decimal points to your BPMs. So you can go 102.3 if it's going slightly too fast. Just to get it more accurate, you can do decimal places up to 3 points. So if you really need to get very precise, you can do. That's what's great about this. But I recommend trying to sort out the BPM as best you can as soon as possible. So as soon as you can sort out the BPM, and the better you can do it at the beginning, it will save you less hassle down the line. The worst thing you can do is place the notes and then realise that the BPM is off. So it's best to work out the BPM and everything before you place any notes. So I'm actually going to chart a little bit that not lots of people like to do, but I'm actually going to chart the strings in the background. So if you chart anything that isn't a guitar, chart it in taps. So now this bit, I was going to put it here, but then it goes da-da-da, so it goes up and down very quickly. So we need to move that And I'm probably going to move these down one as well. So it goes down here again. And keep in mind, all of these should be on or in between the notes. So as you can see, this one goes here because it's a triplet. It goes da-da-dun very quickly. But you should never have notes placed just randomly like here or there or anything like that. You should never have anything like that. It should all line up. If they're not lined up, you've done it wrong. That's just the basic gist of it. So this is where 32 will come in use, you see. Because that is accurate. Da-da-la. So we're going to have a little bit of a gap here. Alright, so this bit goes a little bit different to what we've got before. So I'll just try and blast through this now. I'll just try and get through and chart as much as I can. Let's see here. Dun, 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 dun. Da, 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 da. So it goes 4, 4. Da, 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 da. Now, I think this is the looping point. So in most songs, they will have, like, every bar will repeat, so every measure will repeat, so every thick bar to every thick bar. But in progressive metal and gent, which is what I'm charting, it's like every 3 bars will repeat. That's usually how it works. So I can recognize just from the basic patterns of this song that this is the repeating point right here, up to where that is. So if we copy all of that, I can just paste it in again here, and it should work. So they usually have slightly different endings on occasion as well. So this one does have a weird ending. So it goes da da da. Ah, now this is a place where we have to use 24. So if you see, 32 is slightly too slow. So we've got to use 24 here. Now 24 is most commonly used in guitar solos. It's a weird one, 24. So it means there's 4 notes within a quarter of a beat, I think. It's weird. So it's like this. Diddle, diddle, diddle. So this is how we're going to do things. We're going to go like this. There you go. and that's the right speed at 24. I'm actually really glad that this has shown up, because I would kind of want to show you some 24 stuff. But yeah, it's most commonly used in guitar solos, or very weird songs like Protest the Hero. And I think it just repeats back as well. Yeah, it does. So it repeats that riff again. So what I'm actually going to do as well is, rather than paste that there, I'm actually going to copy all of this again, because I have a feeling that it's going to copy this weird solo bit again at the end, because I've heard the song a few times before as well. So we're going to change that back to a strum note as well. Yep, see? Works perfectly. It's great when that happens. Now, you can chart kind of like background guitar, like this. But I don't usually like doing that, just because it's not my sort of thing. Because I feel like it's better if the background guitar is left as it is, and you actually play the main guitar. That's how I usually choose it. So we're going to leave that bit. Now this is the chorus, so it's the bit that loops over and over again. That's basically what a chorus is. Verse 1 is just the main bit of singing. Chorus is the bit that repeats itself. You've then got solos and stuff to come as well. I think we've got a solo in this as well. So these are usually like triple or double chords. So we're going to try triple chord here. Sounds like it would be. Let's see. Alright, so this bit goes up. So what I'm probably going to do then is I'm actually going to move this blue note down, so I can put that sort of chord here. You've got to have a very keen ear and kind of understand music in order to chart properly as well. So at certain points it can be difficult to hear the guitar, but if you listen to it a few times you might be able to recognise and see what's coming up next. Is it like this? Actually no, that goes like this. It goes half a beat earlier like that. So it goes dun 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 dun. And keep in mind, it doesn't have to be accurate to the actual guitar tab as well. I know loads of people who are like, it's not accurate to guitar. It doesn't have to be. You know, it's just got to work in Guitar Hero. So it doesn't have to be too, like, 100% accurate in terms of speed. It's got to be converted, is what I like to say. Not charted. It likes to be converted to Guitar Hero. So some of these things I might be doing wrong to the actual tab, but whatever. I don't care. If you're one of those people who are like, it needs to be so 100% accurate, then just go away. I don't want you here. Go eat a shoe or something. So this bit repeats again, because you can hear it in the vocals. Listen to this bit. So yeah, it does repeat itself from here, so that's fine. Choruses are usually just 4 chords, that's all they are really. So So it repeats itself again. Oh no, it goes slightly different here. So we're going to go like this. Either like that or like this. Yeah, that's better. This bit goes up a little bit. And it's like this instead. And yeah, they will change up slightly as you go through. I usually like to chart like certain notes on choruses over the bass kick as well, just to get the groove of it as well. Like this. I've got kind of like a unique pattern. So this bit's strumming, so it goes like this. Yeah, like that. This bit's just easy to chart. You just click and drag and it'll add all the notes. But I think I want to move these a bit lower as well, rather than having them on that note right there. So I'm going to select them all, click and drag them lower, like that. And again, the note goes up on the thicker line, so you know you're charting it right. Which you always want to make sure you're trying to look out for, charting it wrong. Oops, like this. So this is probably just verse 1 again. Yeah, so I'm just going to take my chances. It's also a mix of chants as well. So I'm just going to select all of verse 1 and all of the chorus, and we're going to see if it loops, because I bet you it will. So let's see. Okay, so it starts on this beat right here. Let's paste it, see if it works. Let's type verse 2, because it will be. Verse 2. Let's try it. Let's hope. Cross your fingers for me, viewers. Cross your fingers. Here we go. It did 1 rather than the 2, so that's good. So we're going to remove the rest of it and just keep this bit. So it kind of copies the strings. So what I'll do is I'll copy the string bit to it, and we'll modify it. We'll change it as and when we need to. So rather than being da 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 or whatever, it's just 2 notes. Actually, no, it's just the 1, not even 2. So just like this, nice and easy. And it goes, instead of da da da, it goes da da da. So we can do that. And then instead of going all like that, it goes like this. Oops. Ah, now it goes up, so we've got to move this down a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll move it down here, like that. Like that. Now I'll move that down a bit more. So now we're into chorus 2. The choruses are usually good because they're usually exactly the same as chorus 1, so that's good. We'll just copy all of chorus 1 like that, go into chorus 2, paste, should be alright. Yep. Exactly the same. And we're almost halfway through. Well, we're over halfway through now. Including the strummy bit. So now we've got a solo coming up. So let's call this solo. And before I forget, we're going to call it solo A. And we're going to put in a section here. So this is what I was talking about, solo sections. So you're going to click the little red flag. You want to click there, click solo, and that'll be the solo section sorted. We need to, of course, remember to put in an end solo section as well. And I'm just going to change this so it's chorus 2. Because, I mean, sure it's exactly the same, but yeah, I want to show progress. Alright, here we go. Let's do the solo now. So we're going to do this strategy, which is what I like to do. So we're going to 24ths, do that, change the second note to that, and that'll be like bending into a note almost, like that. So kind of like adding the effect of the guitar sound that's on at the moment, because it kind of goes wah instead of just duh, wow, wow. You see? So it's kind of like just to get the effect there. And what I'm going to do here is add some weird little tappy effects right here. Just to feel the emotion, you know? Get more emotion into it. There it goes here. Ba-da-da-da-da-dum. So we're going to go down again. Like that. Nice and easy. So I think this is going to go like a really fast triplet like this. Da, 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 da. Yeah, that's how it goes right here. Ah, of course it does that. So I'm going to do this instead. Just so we can get to that lowest note. It's all about adjusting, making micro adjustments to make it all right. So I'm going to add this note here. I know that's part of the background guitar, but I like to put bits of that in there as well. Try and never make the guitarist have a break. Try and give him a tough time the whole time. That's what I like to do. Well, actually, no. It goes lower there. It goes one note lower. I heard that just at the very end. So in that case, we need to bring that up another fret like this. Like that. And I think I'm going to do this as well. Alright, so this bit goes higher. So what you can do here is, I like to go in threes, so da 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 da, and then you can go up again. Even though it's higher, you can go back down. Like that. And no one will know because, you know, it's magic. So this is a weird bit right here. So it's like a triplet. So I'm probably going to make these bits taps, I think. And it goes like this. And I'm actually going to move these down so it suits that bit. And do I actually need it? I don't think we need that. No, we don't need that as taps. We don't need that, so we can just do this. And again, I'm going to have some taps to go down like this. Gonna have one more. So actually no, this goes like here. So what I want to do then is get rid of that so it's not like joining up with this bit. So just to get the effect of this guitar, I'm kind of like doing this. Actually, it starts like right here, so it's a little bit more accurate than this. Ba-da-dum. I'm just going to guess it for there. Alright, I was kind of right. Kind of right. We can move that down by one though, like that. I kind of want to do this as well though. Hang on. I want to do that. And I think the next note is higher, so we're going to move that there. Difficult one. Yeah, that's okay. Because it's going to go like... like this. That's how it's going to go. Alright, now this is where it's going to get quick. This is where it's going to get very fast. So So you hear that bit? It goes super quick in this little last bit. So we're going to go like this. Now what I like to do is with these really fast solos is work out where the highest note is and where the lowest note is and then fill in the rest. Is basically how you do it. So actually it starts like this. So it's like diddle-a-da. So actually the lowest note is like here. So that's very quick. That's very quick. Actually no, it goes like this. Starts like that. So we're going to try this. So that's the high part of this. Now if you're struggling with this sort of thing, and it can be tough, slow it down to like 0.6. And chart it normally. So I'm going to try a little bit at this speed. Ba da 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 da. So actually this is going to go slightly quicker than that actually. It's going to go like this. So I'm going to go back to solo and we're going to speed up to normal speed and we're going to listen to it back again. See what that's like. Yeah, that works perfectly. So I'm going to call this part solo B now, because it's kind of like a new section. I like to stick on 32 as well. It's going to go like this, isn't it? Actually, I know how it goes. It's like this, but backwards. So what we can do is we can kind of just copy paste it again, I guess, kind of like that bit. No, it's slightly different. Actually, no, this is where it loops. This bit right here. Let's see. It does loop, but it's slightly different, so we should be okay at just copy and pasting this. And we're going to make that strum. It's more like this. I think more of this is going to go up a little bit. Yeah, this is going to go up a little bit. No, that goes down. Nope, that does actually go up. That's going to go up even more. That's fine. Alright, now this solo is a little bit tougher to hear, so I'm going to call this solo C. Not because of that reason, but, you know, because it's another solo. This is what I hear. No, it goes like this. Oops. This bit actually goes a bit quicker, so it goes diddle it, diddle it, diddle it. I'm going to do some weird bits with tap notes now. We're going to go like this instead. Go like this, and that should be okay. So yeah, just kind of explaining small bits that I'm doing. So yeah, I'll put a false note there. So that sounds weird, so I put those as tap notes. I always put things that sound weird to be tap notes because, of course, it makes the user go, "Ooh, that was weird." You know, it adds an effect to it. So what I did here is, because I couldn't really get any higher notes than what I was aiming for, instead I moved the lower notes up instead to accommodate for that. So it works still. It does still work, it's just it puts the player's mind off of the notes, the highest notes being exactly the same. because the lower notes are moving up. Ah, that's okay. We can go like this for this bit then. I was worried about these two notes connecting, but they don't connect in the end. Yeah, we're going to move these up a little bit because these deserve to be higher. And this bit's going to continue over again as well. Actually, no, these bits can go lower because there's another higher note here. I'm actually going to move these up a little bit. Actually, no, we need these bits lower because that bit ends in a high bit, so that's the high note. So we want that to be the last bit it goes up. So if we put these here, then these two notes will be different, but they're in the same place. So I need those going down a little bit like that. So because it goes da 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 da, we need to go like this. Like that. Easy. Perfect. And then we're going to continue with the chorus here. So the next thing we want to do is after the solo, we need to close the solo off. So I like to usually put it a little bit before the next note. So I'm going to put the end of the solo here. This just means that when this happens, it'll then say like perfect choke or awesome solo, and it'll tell you a final percent. You'll actually get the points for it. Because that's what this triggers. That's all it does. All it does is say, yes, you've completed the solo. Display a thing on the screen. That's all that means. I'm just going to put chorus here. Like that. So it's slightly into the chorus a bit, so it's like maybe third note or something. Wait, what part is it? I don't know. So da 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 da. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So it's this bit where you need to copy. And we're going to copy all of that bit and put it here. Yeah, perfect. So we copied all the chorus apart from a little bit. So we didn't need to get the whole thing, but we got most of it. Oh, we're in luck. It's copied the chorus all the way from the beginning again, so we can just do that. And then that should basically be the end of the song after that. Should be almost there. So let's see how long this goes on for. Oh, now this bit's interesting because this bit is faster strumming, so it's not like da 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 da. It's da 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 da. It's like twice the speed. So this is going to be a real nightmare. So it's going to be like this. Yeah, at that speed, 30 seconds. So it's going to be really quick and very difficult for people to FC because it's at the very end of the song. And I kind of want a force note there. I know some people like putting force notes at the end of strumming like this, but it can throw a lot of people off, so I usually leave it like that because I'm evil. Oops. And then by the sounds of it, yeah, it goes into the intro again. Not the intro, main riff A. So I'm going to copy one bar of this. So instead of going all the way, I'm going to go up until where it repeats itself. So that's here. Just so it doesn't go overboard. Because the thing that can happen at the end is if you paste like a huge chunk and there's notes that would go over this bit, you can't access them and they're inaccessible. You can't get to them to delete them. So the only way of getting rid of them is undoing. So you want to be very careful and place notes further back because you won't be able to access them. And it'll say on chorus, that's if you're on chorus, there may be notes after the end of the song, which will it'll make people think you're a bad charter if you do that. So you want to try and avoid that. So we're going to call it heavy riff B. Because it's heavy riff 1, but it's again, so it's just B. I think I copied too little there, so I'll go into it again. We'll copy all of heavy riff. How's that? That should be it. We'll try it. Yeah, we got really lucky there. So it ends with an open note like that. And there you go. That's the actual act of charting the song. So before anything, I'm going to save it because I don't want my dreams to be destroyed by it being corrupted, like the video file was the last time I recorded this a few months ago. Alright, now that we've actually finished placing our notes, let's actually go and put star power in. So again, placing star power, don't put it at the very beginning of the song. That's kind of bad. Put a little bit in. So I'm going to place mine at heavy riff A. Because I think this is a good place to put it. So, you see these measure bars? You want to place them every 2 sets of measure bars. So, this is one measure bar right here. Here to here. And we need to put them too long, basically. So that's here. Right there. And then, I mean, the best way to do it is count 16 from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that sort of thing. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So this way we put our next one. Going for 2 bars long. and then we count another 16. Or you can do what I do and use the finger trick, is what I like to call it. So, because the song is fixed in length, obviously, it doesn't change in length at any point, unless you've got weird time signatures, which we don't. It's a normal song. So what I do is I put my first finger on the screen. Okay, you can't see me do this, but I put my first finger on the screen where the section is for star power. So I'll use my mouse to point where I'm actually going. So I put my first finger here, on there, and I put my thumb down here, and then I just kind of slide it up so my thumb is now on this bit right here. So my thumb was here, and my first finger was here. I just slide my thumb up, and my first finger equally in length. So that means it should be about here. It should be the next section. So we'll go here. Put the next star power section here. That's what I do. I call it the finger trick. And then, you know, you kind of just do the same again. So that should be about here. In the chorus 2 again. Another 2 bars. That should be in solo C. So about here. And you want to move that up again, so that should be about here. And we're going to leave it at that because there isn't enough room for another one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there should be about like 6 star powers if it's about a 5-minute song. About 6 in total. You don't want any more than that. Of course, if it's a longer song, like a 12-minute song or something like that, then you won't do the 16 trick all the way through. Especially if it's got weird time signatures and BPMs, because that will adjust the rate at which this goes up and down in speed. So if it's like 40 BPM up till halfway part, then it goes to like 170, then it will definitely change the rate at which you need to put your markers, because of how star power works. But anyway, we've done star power, so save it again. And now we're actually going to export it. Now this is the fun bit. Now, by all means, if you want to, do Control A, Control C to copy, go on to difficulty, go on to hard mode, paste it in here, and edit the chart however you want for hard mode, but I don't usually do that. Because I can't really be bothered to chart for hard, easy, and medium, because I'm not playing it. I only really chart for myself, usually. But here we go, export. You'll probably be thinking, what do we do? It's scary, loads of weird stuff here. All you need to do, click there, click there. If you charted lower difficulties, don't click that one. Don't click that. Even though it says empty difficulty, so it might be okay. I don't know. But all this one does is copy the same chart here to every other difficulty there is. So hard, medium, and easy. Which is fine. Do you know song.ini? This will allow your song to actually appear in the game. So that's quite important. And I'll actually give it metadata and everything. So that's fine. Let's click export. And this is the important bit. You want to call it notes. Just notes.chart. Enter. Should export almost instantly. Close everything down. You can save it if you want. But let's open up. We've got our file there. We've got the song. I'm actually going to take the loststream.chart out, just in case you need to edit the chart at all. But if you do need to edit the chart and change it a bit, you can just load in that notes.chart with Moonscraper. So you open up Moonscraper, click load, click on that, and it'll do that. It works with any chart as well. So if, let's say, you're playing a song that like miscellaneous done or whatever, and you don't like the notes that are being placed, you're like, you charted this badly, even though it's miscellaneous and you won't chart it badly. Kappa. You can always change it. You can always go into his chart and just be like, yeah, I don't like this, change that, and that, and change that, and that, and just export it again, and it'll just work in the same way. It's nice and easy. Nice and easy. The problem is though, if you're using a different charting program, like Frets on Fire editor or something like that, it may not work quite the same, because different editors have different properties and do things differently. So this is for Moonscraper anyway. It's the best one. Next thing you want to do, of course, to make it look really nice, you want to actually add the album artwork. So I've got my album artwork right here, so I'm just going to go and copy this, or save image as. And we're going to go into Destiny Potato Lost Stream. Now you want to call this album. Now, I know it says JPG. Ignore that, because JPG is for pictures. So put all files right here and just put PNG. And it'll work exactly the same, because they use the same sort of compression. So that'll what will make the album artwork appear in the game. Another thing you can do for extra bonus points and brownie points, open up the song.ini. This is where all of the metadata will be stored. So what I like to do is remove all of the stuff that isn't applicable. So if you've charted bass, you can put the bass difficulty in there, but I don't chart any of these. Drums, keys, anything like that, so we can get rid of all that. Difficulty guitar. Now this is how tough you want the song to be in the game. What level it should be set as difficulty. So I'm going to put 2. I'm going to put 2. It's not that tough. If you've got an icon to use in your game that you would store, I will show you. That you would store in custom and game icons. So these are all of the icons that are stored. So you've got Anti-Hero Beach Episode, Angival, Anti-Hero, Aaron Eternal, C3, all of these sorts of things. By all means, you can put all of your little custom icons in here and also change the icon to the name of it. So because this is going to be in my project called Zantor, which comes out later this year, I'm just going to put Zantor. And that will just mean that in the game it'll come up with that. It'll come up with that icon that I've set for it. Easy. Easy peasy. Another thing you can do for extra bonus points is put the following. Album_track equals. So if you know what track it is in the album, so we're going to go into Destiny Potato Loon again on here. If you know where it is in the album, so for example, this is track 10 on the album, Lost Dream. So I'm going to put the number 10, and that means if you've got the rest of the album, it'll be sorted into the order of the album. So the first song will be first, rather than it being sorted alphabetically, which is what it usually does. That's nice as well. As well as playlists, so if you're charting a playlist or charting a set list, do playlist_track equals like 5 or 6 or whatever, wherever you want it to be. So I want this to be track 6 in a playlist. And one last thing you can do is loading phrase. Loading_phrase, like that, equals. And then all you need to do, just put in a little fact about this band. So, for example, I think this band is from some weird country. I can't remember where they're from. Let's see. I believe... Does it say where they're from? Serbia. Yeah, they're a Serbian band. So, Destiny Potato are from Serbia. And what that'll do is that when you click on the song in the game, it'll actually show you that. It'll give you a little fact about the band or something, whatever you want it to be. Nice and easy. And all you need to do then, really, just click and drag it into your songs folder, scan the songs, and you'll be there. You know, you'll do it. One last thing I'll show off, which is a very common mistake when charting. A lot of people, when they go to upload their chart, will just do this. So this is my Google Drive folder, okay? This is my Google Drive. So a lot of people will just be like, yeah, I'll just click and drag it in there. And there you go. You know, that's it. No. No, 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 no. Do not do that. That's the worst thing you could do. Because it takes forever to download. And it makes channeling all charts an absolute nightmare. Because then you've got to, like, I don't know, create your own folder as the end user, and you've got to put all the files individually in there. No, 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 no. Do this. Right click. If you've got WinRAR, which you should do, it's free. Right click on it, add to archive. Okay. That puts in a zip folder or a RAR folder. Click and drag it in then. And that makes it so much easier. Because then it keeps the folder, you can just click and drag it in. Boom, easy. Shall we actually play it now? I think we shall. Here we go. It's all in sync. Perfectly in sync. The notes are good placed. Well, the notes are placed really well. Perfect. On an SC run so far. Perfect. Absolutely perfect so far. Another thing you can do, by the way, if you're not sure about a certain section of a song, you can actually export it when you're halfway through doing it and play it in the game. That's what I recommend. If you're not sure about a bit, play it through in the game. And it'll work so much better, and you'll be like, wow, this actually works really well. Or either you'll never be able to hit it and you'll be like, nah, this sucks, I'm going to change it. But when you play it, it's a lot different to charting it as well. It's a lot more different. And it works so much better as well. I'm going to save my star power for the solo here. See how we do on the solo. Here we go. Yeah, perfect. Ooh, almost got the solo. I was dumb and forgot to strum. So you can see there, look, it says awesome solo at that one point where we put the marker. Works perfectly. Strum me, boy. Ooh, nice. Got it. First try. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. 6 starred as well. New high score. Good stuff. So let's see, you can actually see right here as well all the section names. So we've got solo A, B and C, we've got heavy riff, we've got all of this. It's perfect. Perfect. And that is how to chart stuff from start to finish. Thanks for watching. Remember to like the video if you enjoyed it. Give me some comments as well on how you think I did, anything you'd like me to show off in the future, anything I didn't explain well enough, and I might make a part 2. Who knows? We'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching. Goodbye. Follow me on Twitch, by the way. Zantor Gaming. Bye.